Hi everyone, welcome to my second book critique. My name is Claire Roberts, and today I will be presenting my two books I chose to read. The first book I chose to read is titled I Talk Like a River, which is written by Jordan Scott and illustrated by Sydney Smith. This book is a fiction, and it is set at a 1st to 4th grade reading level. This book was also awarded the Horn Book Award in Boston. This story is about a boy with a speech impediment, which he stutters on his words and gets stuck on the letters C, P, and M. And because of his stuttering problem, he makes an effort not to talk as much as he should. But one day in class, the teacher calls on him and asks him to speak about his favorite place in the world. He makes a strong and willing effort to answer the question, which leads his fellow classmates to believe that there's something wrong with him. And later that day, when his dad picks him up from school, his dad says a quote that really stands out to me, and it's just a bad speech day. His dad takes him on a walk by the river, and he points out how the water moves and explains to him that that's how it's like when he talks. Comparing the way he talks to the river helps him find peace with his speech impediment. With more confidence than ever in himself, the next day he goes and tells his class his favorite place on earth. And to no surprise, it's the river. One thing I love about this book is the relationship between the father and the son, because the father instills this confidence and peace within the son, and the son is finally able to find peace within his stuttering problem and has enough confidence to, speak and talk and present to his class. So for this book the first lesson I created was the 3rd grade art lesson. The students will take a field trip to the nearest nature park that includes a river, and they will be put in groups of 5, and they will be instructed to pick any part of nature that they see and paint on a canvas of what they choose. And they can choose plants, trees, flowers, or the river. When the canvas is finished, they must write 3 to 5 sentences on the back of the canvas itself about its growth and what it needs to survive in the environment and the nature that they are in. And they must relate it to their own growth in their own life, in their own stage of life, and where they are with themselves. And after reading and painting after writing and painting, they must present the front and the back to the class. So, the second lesson I created was a 4th grade science lesson. The students will create a pamphlet about rivers, and they are required to include 3 topics. The first topic, what a river current is, and they must include 4 facts about it. The second topic are fun facts about currents, and they must include 3 facts. The third topic, the dangers of river currents, and they must include 5 facts. The teacher will provide the websites that the students are allowed to find information from, and when the students are finished, they will post a video on the classroom Padlet and present their pamphlet. So here is a screenshot of the classroom Padlet. So if you click on this link, you'll be able to see the example video that I made. So the students can go and take a look at what their pamphlet is supposed to look like. And to the left, I also left the link of the website that I would love for them to get their information from, and I also gave them the option to choose their own website to get all the other facts from as well. And when they are done, they are supposed to post the video on this website. The second book I chose to read is written by Andrea Wang, and it was also illustrated by Jason Chin, and it is a children's literature book. And it was awarded the Horn Book Award and many other awards. This book sits at a pre-K to third grade reading level. This story is about a girl and her parents who are driving through Ohio when all of a sudden her parents stop the car when they see a watercress growing in the wild on the side of the road. They grab random supplies from the car and pull over. They all decide to enter the watercress and collect as much as possible. At first, she doesn't understand why her parents decided to pull over because they can just get food from the nearest market instead of on the side of the road. She voices this to her parents, and this leads her mom to share stories about her ancestors in China. After hearing this story, her mind is changed and she has developed a understanding for collecting watercress. I really like this story because it showed the importance of what it means and like what traditions mean to family members, and how it is important to understand exactly where you come from and your heritage and how that shapes you and your family and your traditions.